2 is your amplitude. 2 pi over whatever is being multiplied to your theta is your period. So 2 pi over 1 equals 2 pi will be your period. Your phase shift is 0 because nothing's being multiplied by the theta. And your min line is whatever is being added or subtracted outside of the equation, so it will be -2. First, what we have to do is determine what the midline is, which in this case is -2. So you go from your origin and go down 2 spaces, and that will be your new midline. Next, you determine what your amplitude is, which is 2. So you go from your midline to and go down 2 from the midline. And our phase shift is 0, so you don't have to do anything. And to have a full wave, you'll have to be at 2 pi. So this will be pi over 2. 2 over will be pi. 2 more over would be 3 pi over 2. And then you finally reach 2 pi. So that's going to end your full wave. In the beginning, of course, starts at the origin since the phase shift was 0. So then for sine, you have to go up in between and then down in between. So you're going to end up here and here. And then you're going to have a point in the middle, which will be pi. And then all you do is graph.
Yeah, nice and fast, right?
There were just 2 of them.
And that's it.
Beautiful.
So to solve a sine wave equation, first you have to find the amplitude. The amplitude of this equation is 4. The next part is to find the midline. The midline is +3. The next phase is to find the period. The period is anything divided or multiplied by theta. And to find that, you just do 2 pi over whatever is multiplied or divided by theta, which is 1 over 4. This comes out to be 8 pi. The phase shift is anything that is inside the parentheses, and all you do is set this to 0 and solve. So it should be theta over 4 plus 5 pi over 4 equals 0. Subtract 5 pi over 4 from both sides. And your equation will next be theta over 4 equals -5 pi over 4. And then you just multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. And this is the reciprocal of theta over 4. And your phase shift should be -5 pi. Next part is to show the difference in your phase shift by doing the origin, half of the period, and the period. The period is 8 pi, half the period is 4 pi, and the origin is 0. The change is -5 pi, as I said before, so it'll be -5 pi, -pi, and 3 pi. Now we graph.
First, identify the altitude, which is the a value, or value being multiplied by sine, which in this case is 1/2. Then identify your midline, which is your d value. It will either be added or subtracted to your equation. Next, identify your period. To find the period, use the equation 2 pi over b. B is the value being multiplied by theta, which in this case is 1/3. So your equation should look like 2 pi over 1/3, which comes out to be 6 pi. Next, we need to determine our phase shift. To do this, set what is in the parentheses to 0 and solve for theta. Add pi over 3 to the other side and multiply by 1/3 by its reciprocal 3/1 to get theta by itself. This will come out to be theta equals pi. Next, create a chart to determine your points. Record your period 6 pi, half your period 3 pi, and the origin 0. Then add your theta value to those three values, making your new points pi, 4 pi, and 7 pi. Graph this data accordingly in the sine trend.